The Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration, or Pagasa, says that a low-pressure area in the Philippine Area of Responsibility may develop into the first tropical cyclone this year. Joining us today is Pagasa weather specialist Obet Badrina. Sir Obet, what's the latest update on this LPA?
Yes, good afternoon and good afternoon to all our viewers. So the latest update regarding this low pressure area, actually it entered the Philippine Area of Responsibility this morning around 2 a.m. and as of 3 p.m. it is located around 750 kilometer east of Borongan City in eastern Samar. Based on our latest data, there's still really a possibility, at least in the next 48 hours, that it will develop into a tropical depression. Like what you've mentioned, it will be the first tropical depression for this year. If ever it will develop into a tropical depression, we will name it Amang. So this low pressure area, whether it become a tropical depression or not, we're expecting that it will affect particularly some areas in Visayas, in the eastern and central Visayas, and it will continue to move west, northwest, and may affect also some areas in Bicol region, Calabarzon area, and also some in the eastern section of Luzon. So that's what we're looking at right now. But in the meantime, major parts or majority or most areas in our country will continue to experience generally fair weather, but expect some isolated rain showers and thunderstorms, particularly some areas in Luzon.
Sir Robert, kailan natin ma-expect itong direktang epekto nitong LPA na ito, which we expect to develop into a tropical depression in the coming days?
Yes, particularly some areas in eastern Visayas, let's say this area in Samar, Leyte, and Biliran area, they're already experiencing the trough or the extension of the low pressure area. But the main effect would be experienced probably around Wednesday to Thursday, particularly again in areas in Bicol region and eastern Visayas, because as of the latest data that we gathered, it is expected to move west-northwest, so that area will be affected.
Sir Robert, another question, no? Siguro our viewers are curious right now, bakit tayo mayroong bagyo right now when we are supposed to be in the dry season already?
Yes, actually last year we experienced the first tropical cyclone around the month also of April. No, if our viewers can still remember, that is the tropical cyclone Agaton. And actually Agaton brought a lot of rains, particularly in eastern Visayas. So actually actually it's also normal, no, to experience a tropical depression, at least one. No? That's what we're experiencing or expecting rather, at least one tropical cyclone for the month of April. And even the track, no, actually it's part of the normal track, which is the some parts of the southern Luzon area.
Yung term na tropical depression, Sir Obet, it might be technical pa rin para doon sa mga kababayan natin. So let's talk about impact. Once this turns into or develops into a tropical depression, gaano kalakas yung inaasahan nating impact nito sa mga kababayan nating maapektuhan, and are we seeing this storm to make a landfall in the Philippines?
Okay, first though, it's quite difficult to really determine whether it will make a landfall. Although some data actually they're showing that there's a possibility of it to make landfall, but not there. What was it? But it will not cross, no. But again, this is still uncertain because again, we're not tracking a tropical cyclone yet. As you mentioned, when we say tropical depression, it is the first stage, no, or the in terms of the different intensity of tropical cyclone, the tropical depression is the weakest, no. Weakest, yet it can still bring heavy to intense rain, no. That's still a possibility because again, ang definition natin ng tropical cyclone na hindi naman amount of rainfall but rather the intensity of wind. So in terms of the intensity of wind, there's around 50 kilometers per hour or so, no, around that range, no, kapag nasa tropical depression, or at least hanggang signal number 1 yung pwede nating, para mas ma-imagine ng mga kababayan natin, hanggang signal number 1 yung pwede nating ma-raise na signal warning, no. Tropical cyclone yung signal warning.
It might be best pa rin, ano, para sa ating mga kababayan to still be prepared para dito sa in weather disturbance na ito. Maraming salamat. That's Pagasa Weather Specialist Obet Badrina.